Hey folks, this is Gregory Robinson, author of Time Machine, coming at you with our Fast Five on Friday. And I wanted to kind of continue our discussion from Wednesday on simplicity. And that was hopefully the base idea that I was kind of getting across to you guys, was that, we complicate things. And they're really a lot more simple than we make them out to be. On Wednesday, we discussed Matthew chapter 22 and how Jesus kind of sums up, as he calls it, the law and the prophets, all in a few short verses, 6 to be exact. And the Bible that I read from is the MacArthur Study Bible. And so it's got maybe a few more pages than, a regular Bible that's not a study Bible, because it's got some articles and a couple other things in there. But it is 1,996 pages. And we discussed how Jesus sums up the whole law and the prophets, or the Old Testament, in those 6 verses. And honestly, the New Testament just backs up a lot of the things, or all the things that are contained in those 6 verses. So 1,996 pages are basically summed up in 53 words. And I think that we, as a people, we always try to complicate things. Things cannot be as simple as making a change and changing our life. But that's where we're wrong. It is that simple. Taking the first step towards a true life change is, quite honestly, the biggest step. And the rest of them, though they may be difficult, are not going to be they're not going to be as complicated. Making our goal and actually taking the first step is simple. And we tend to complicate it, saying, well, I've got to have more time, I've got to have more of this, I got to have more of that before I can make this change in my life. Well, that's not the case. Things are simple, we complicate them. So kind of think about that in all areas of your life. Quite honestly, if you're lacking in a relationship in your life, most likely it's that you're not spending enough quality time with that person, whether that be a friendship or a marriage or anything. The answer is simple: spending quality time, as opposed to, going and having to spend thousands of dollars on therapy and that kind of stuff. And don't get me wrong, those methods merit the possibility of going, because quite honestly, some folks need that. But the base answer that you're probably going to get to through all that therapy is that you need to spend more quality time together. But many of the world's problems are just as simple. We discussed the 2 most important, as Jesus stated, the most important commandments. The commandment to love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. This really envelops all the problems that we have as humans. If we can do those 2 things, everything else falls into place. It's just not difficult. It's not complicated. It's very simple. What's complicated, or what's hard, is us actually allowing ourselves to think that way, to find, the problem and actually take a step in the exact opposite direction and correct it. It literally is that simple. So try to find some areas in your life where, the simple answer is usually the correct answer. Try to kind of find those places in your life where that's true. This has been our Fast Five on Friday. If you have any questions or comments, shoot me an email at gchild418@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. Hope you guys have a great day, and I hope the good Lord blesses you today.